doing now? I'm on green. Hi! And welcome back. That was Town Called Malice, the Jam and Paul Well. I love that. That takes me back to school. I used to dance to that when I was in school. Right, my guest has come. I've turned her mic up so she can speak and hopefully you'll be able to hear her.
Hi.
It's my sister again, and we're going to be talking all things stress. So we've got about 5 minutes that we're going to have a chat for in this first hour, and then in the next 2 hours we're going to talk a little bit more maybe about signs and symptoms of stress, what we can do about stress. But I don't know, did you listen to me in my first hour?
No, I couldn't get it on my car.
Do you know, you just can't get the staff anymore. But yeah, I was talking about being stressed because Eric texted me this morning saying he was going to take some new profile pictures for everybody and warned me to put a clean top on, basically. But as soon as I did my hair, but then it rained on it, so there wasn't much point. But yeah, one of the things was, as soon as I got that text message, I started overthinking everything. What shall I wear? I'm too fat. And what pose am I gonna do? I even went like you do as a kid when you go in the mirror, and I was trying to do facial expressions and poses, and I just gave up in the end and thought, whatever, I'll just wing it like I generally do. But the point of it was, when I was driving here, I was thinking it was nothing to do with the text off Eric or having my photograph taken. It was literally my thinking just went into overdrive.
Yeah, around that.
From the moment I started, that was it, and I got quite stressed about it.
Yeah.
So that was what I was talking about in the first hour.
Right.
So Susan came in with a little piece of paper and with something written on that is like the definition of stress, because even though we band this word around a lot.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So go on, read your piece of paper out.
Right. Basically, I was thinking, right, stress. What is stress? So I thought, well, best way to do it is Google it, what the actual stress means. Stress is the feeling of being under too much mental, emotional pressure. So whether it be worry, and that becomes overwhelming, that is stress. If it's you're feeling low, that becomes too much stress. If you're angry and there's nothing you can do about it, that becomes stress. So it's any emotional feeling that becomes too overwhelming for you to deal with. Right. It's the definition.
Good.
Okay.
I also said this morning that I googled stress, and I got stressed googling stress.
I like that.
The information that's out there and all the things that you can do and conflicting information and everything else, it was just mind blowing.
Yeah. I
think I printed out over 40 sheets to bring, because I do like to be prepared for this show. I'm doing a live stream from the studio while I'm doing this, and Jessica and Sue are watching, so hi Jessica and
hi,
Sue,
guys.
Thanks for watching. So yeah, I do try to be prepared, but the amount of information on it was overwhelming.
I just picked out the easiest bit that I could understand.
Well, and you wrote it on a piece of paper as well, which
so
is
I
absolutely
forget
fantastic. Yeah, that's absolutely brilliant. So we've got about just over 10 minutes, nearly 15 minutes before we go to the Sky News to give us all the news that's happening out and about, and then we've got the weather, and then we'll be back to talk a lot more about stress. So if you've got any questions, you can post, you can ask if you've got any hints and tips, what works for you. Exercise is supposed to be a big help.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's one I'll give a miss.
There's a long pause there from both of us, if you can see that. I actually do a lot of craft.
Yes, you do.
And that for me is a real de-stressing thing, because I'm just focused on whatever it is that I'm doing, because I can't be thinking worrying, stressful, overwhelming thoughts when I'm trying to be creative.
But that is one of the, I think, best things you can do. If you're into jigsaw puzzles, if you're into whatever you're into, if you can put your mind on that, even if it's just for 10 minutes.
Right, stop right there. Stop right there. What does that stop you from doing?
Overthinking, I think.
So it's all about your thoughts again.
Yes.
And we had a conversation the other day, and I did think that Susan thinks what I talk about often is baloney.
I don't. I just don't understand a lot of it.
Well, then if you don't understand it, then it's baloney to you, because I've obviously not explained it well enough.
But how can you explain some of the things that are feelings?
We've got 16 seconds, 15 seconds. We need to go. I will talk more about this in the
We
next hour.
definitely will.
Coming up, we've got One Touch, Glass Gin, and Lie to Me, 5 Seconds of Summer. And like I said, we'll be back after 1 o'clock, the Sky News, and we've got the weather. Speak soon. I got it on nothing again.
Oh, brilliant. I think the thing
Before the crazy come, until you're done with running, I'll be patient.
I always do that. I left the microphone on again.
I know you'll be
sometimes
there.
you put it on.
What? Oh, yours? Yeah, I know. So if you were listening live to that, you'd have got me saying, I got it on nothing again, which isn't very professional, but I do get very excited. I'm used to just putting one mic down, whereas there's two of us. When we do this, will you just try on that red light? I will. If it's shining, tell me, or don't speak. So yeah, we'll be talking more about stress in the next 2 hours, and even though I'm saying it's all our thinking, and I do think, see I'm thinking, that we're missing a vital part of help and support for people that are suffering from stress, and that is pointing out, hi Sari, pointing out how our thinking affects everything, our thoughts. So, like I said, I got stressed Googling about stress. There's literally reams and reams and reams of conflicting information on what you should do. And I kind of started to get caught up in it and thinking, all right, well, we can say, you know, these are the signs and symptoms of it, and this is what you can do, and this is, you know, there's a group for this and a group for that and a group for the other. And I'm thinking, talk about keeping it here so that that's all that... Hi, Sari, she's saying hi, lovely ladies.
Hi, darling.
That's your only focus, is I'm stressed, so I'm going to find out all the information in the world that I can about stress and how I used to.
All right.
I do Google for the show.
Right, just to get the information.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, I deal with stress differently now, but I used to deal with stress. I'd just go to bed.
Well, yeah.
And when I woke up, it had gone.
We were talking about that earlier on. And some of the information that I found is that one of the, you know, the signs of stress and overwhelm is depression.
I didn't realise I was depressed.
I'm not saying
I was just tired.
Well, yeah, but again, that's another symptom of it. There's lots of symptoms, you know, memory fog, you know, forgetfulness and everything can be a sign. And it's literally there's so many thoughts going on in your head, you're forgetting to eat your dinner or pick the kids up from school or whatever it is.
I've done all of that.
So you were very stressed. So there's lots of things. So yeah, we'll be back after the news at 1 o'clock and we'll be talking some more. Eric's watching. Eric, what are you watching?
Eric.
Get some work done. And yeah, we'll speak to you soon.
Can I just say one more thing? Just remember, whatever we are talking about or anything else like that, stress is different for everybody. So,
Got it?
yeah.
Your words of wisdom. Stress is different for everybody. No, I'm taking the mic, but it is true. It is. When I'm stressed, I do things. I just do everything to avoid whatever it is that's stressing me. Susan goes to bed, and
I don't anymore.
No.
I fight it.
Susan used to go to bed, and I get busy and do things. So that's just, you know, one example of how people deal with stress in different ways.
Exactly.
We'll be back soon. Bye.